All right, let's talk some Derek Carr. It reminds me, it's kind of crazy to think that, a couple years ago, when I first started making this YouTube channel, the reason why there's a lot of Raiders fans on this channel is because I kept saying, no, the Raiders should not get rid of Derek Carr. He's a good quarterback. And turns out maybe I even undersold him because he's been incredible so far through 2 games. His numbers last week were incredible. 382 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, a 126.2 passer rating. He also, after a couple shaky plays in the Ravens game, was lights out, especially in the second half. So he's been playing just great football. One interesting stat I want to talk about before we get into the film study: how good he does when he's getting blitzed versus not getting blitzed. When you blitz him, his passer rating is 97.6. When you do not blitz him, his passer rating is, a very good 97.6. That's definitely respectable. But when he is getting blitzed, it goes up to 120. So maybe you got to start giving him the Mahomes treatment and just play coverage. But anyways, let's get into the film study and talk about what went so well for the Raiders offense, and specifically for Derek Carr against the Steelers. All right, so let's start off with a play like this. One of the things that Carr does so well is not just make the throws, but make the throws the way you're supposed to. There's an extra level, right? There's hitting the guy who you should hit, and then there's hitting the guy who you should hit in the spot you should hit him at the right time you should hit him, right? There's a lot more to it than just, like Madden when you just press X or whatever. Like on this play, it's a cover 1 blitz. So again, a good example of just stop blitzing Derek Carr. You're making things too easy on the receiving core for the Raiders to get open, which is that's been another pleasant surprise for the Raiders. Receiving core looking very good. So anyways, you have a tight end running a route that, this route makes sense. He's going up against a linebacker, so maybe look in this direction. I totally understand the logic behind it. That's Foster Moreau. And so anyways, watch what happens. Carr takes the snap, and you're going to notice that he kind of gets the outside leverage a little bit. So for Carr, he wants to make this throw. The linebacker has to turn his back, which is a good situation. And again, this is just it's a good spot for the Raiders in this scenario. But watch this throw, and watch how it's to the outside right there to make things easier for Morneau to make the grab. It's a one level above, right? It's not just making that throw, but it's making the read at the line and doing that stuff. And he does this kind of thing consistently. Honestly, I'm not saying he's as good as this guy, but it's a little bit Brady-esque the way he makes these reads. It really is. A lot of it was stuff like this, I thought, where he definitely took what the defense would give him at times. The Steelers would play some cover 2. He says, okay, I'm not going to take chances. I love him doing this. I think more quarterbacks should do something like this. It's a cover 2 zone, and you have Darren Waller, which, listen, having a guy like that makes things easy. Always throw it to him. And he's going to be in a gap sort of right there in coverage. So it could work, but again, 3rd down and 9. So you want to pick up the touchdown, or the first down here, or a touchdown, but specifically the first down. And so look how Carr takes the snap, and you see that Darren Waller is going to start to cut right here, and it's one of those situations where I think a lot of quarterbacks don't take this throw. They want to see something get wide open and have a guarantee of the first down, but you can't play that way because there's no way to know for sure if something is going to get open. You have to trust your teammates, and I think Derek Carr does a really good job of doing that. Watch, so he makes this throw, and Waller gets close. They rule him down just short of the first down marker, but on a 4th and 1, the Raiders end up converting. So it ended up working out in terms of getting the first down, and that's something that I think not enough quarterbacks do, and Derek Carr is he's a smart quarterback, and he does do those things. I also thought his accuracy was just completely on point, on this one. So you have a bunch of slant routes to Derek Carr's right. It's man coverage, a cover 1 man play. So you got some one-on-one matchups. And what Carr's going to do here is on the 3rd down and 4, he's just going to pick the matchup he likes the best, look there, and make that throw. What you can do is, start off on the slot and kind of just work your way out towards the side. That's what a lot of quarterbacks will do. So you can do that, or you can just pick a matchup that you like and then look there. And look, Carr, he's going to take the snap, and that's where he wants to throw it to, which makes sense, right? There's a little bit of a lane for him to make the throw, but it's definitely going to be it's going to have to be a perfect throw. I mean, this is pretty tight coverage. There's a lane, there's a window, just not a big one. But Carr makes the throw, and it's Willie Snead, who hasn't gotten much playing time up until this point, but he makes a grab on a big third down there. So that was a good play. And again, it's just pinpoint accuracy. That's exactly where you want to throw it. You can't nitpick that throw whatsoever. That was the perfect read and the perfect throw. And that's kind of the thing about Carr, is when you try to nitpick him, it's kind of difficult. I mean, he had a couple of dangerous throws, but other than that, he's played well. Like, this one's another good example. This one's further down the field. One of the underrated aspects of Carr's game is he can push the ball down the field. I think people don't really appreciate that aspect of his game, and I think it's, stems from early on in his career. He oftentimes just didn't have guys he could throw to down the field, especially, after his MVP candidate season. And I'm talking about his first MVP candidate season, as he might be in the middle of having a second right now. But on this play, so what's going to happen is that cover 3 zone, the receiver who is currently lined up all the way towards the sideline to the offense's right, the top of the screen, running a go route, and then you have your number 2 receiver, so the guy one spot below him, who's going to kind of fake. This is Hunter Renfrow, who, by the way, has been like a legit wide receiver 1, which is a bit shocking, but good for him. He's played well. And he's going to basically fake as though he's running a route that's going to kind of get into a gap in coverage over the middle. But then he's going to run deep, follow the number 1 receiver who will have cleared out the corner, and hopefully now Renfrow can get open. Like, watch. So Carr takes the snap, and you're going to see right here. So you have this little fake, which is going to kind of draw a linebacker to move in a little bit. This is all good, or I believe it's a corner actually is moving in a little bit. All of this stuff, very good by the Raiders offense. Again, John Gruden, I've maintained this throughout, the good and the bad. Say what you want about him and the team-building aspects of the Raiders. You can't fault the way that he runs an offense. His offenses always seemingly do well, and no exception here, especially when you have a guy like Derek Carr at the helm. And watch how Carr is just going to, that's a perfect throw. It's a great catch, but that's where Carr was trying to hit it. He did have to throw it a little bit high because he has to make sure he gets it over every Pittsburgh player over the middle of the field. And a great catch from Hunter Renfrow. So good stuff all around there from the Raiders. And then you have something like this. So what's going to happen on this play is, this was awesome. I believe this is a cover 1 blitz. That's what I believe this is. It's a little bit difficult to tell because I don't have the all-22. But what's going to happen is that the receiver to the left, and also, I will have all 22 eventually. I might make a Raiders defensive video once that comes out. Just don't have it today. Usually comes out on Tuesday. So anyways, the receiver to Derek Carr's left, running kind of a route a little bit underneath, and then you have it's going to be Henry Ruggs on this play running a deeper route over the middle. And typically what Ruggs' route does is he just pushes the safety deep, kind of takes the safety out of the play. This is that burner type play where your job is to take on a double team, and Ruggs can certainly do that. However, every now and then the safety doesn't respect the deep route, and he goes sort of further underneath. Keep in mind, this is a 3rd down and 10, which is when John Gruden and the Raiders offense do like to take some shots. So sometimes when you see the situation, a safety might come down, and if he does, a good quarterback can recognize that. Watch how Carr takes the snap. He looks up and sees the safety, and so he says, okay, well, now it's a one-on-one matchup. I'm going to take a shot. So the safety is now trying to get back into the play, but he just, he moved in a little bit. Now he's desperately trying to get back into the play, and Ruggs has just ran by the corner who is trying to cover him. This is why speed is so important on the outside, because if you can outrun people, you're going to have a good time. And also, look at that throw, man. That's just a thing of beauty. It's not easy to throw the ball that far down the field with that much accuracy, but, I'll tell you, Derek Carr makes it look easy, and definitely that. The ball got to the 15-yard line, and Derek Carr threw it from his own 27. We're talking nearly 50 yards of just pinpoint accuracy. Just great stuff from Derek Carr. So yeah, I've been, again, as someone like me who's been a pretty big Derek Carr fan for quite some time, I've still been kind of pleasantly surprised with Derek Carr's performance. I've always kind of viewed Carr as kind of that tier 2 quarterback, right? Not quite the Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. I throw Lamar in there. Many don't. I get it. Tom Brady, that kind of category. And I've always kind of viewed Derek Carr as just one step below. He's that 6 through 11 range quarterback. Although the way I've been seeing it, like he might be that tier 1 quarterback as well. He might be up there. Like, is it obvious through 2 weeks that Russell Wilson is better than Derek Carr? Not really. Again, it's 2 weeks. We'll see how things go. But it's true. I mean, say something negative about Derek Carr. It's difficult to do. He comes through in the clutch. He has a big arm. He can throw the ball, can make all the throws, so to speak. Really smart player. He's, he can even move a little. He doesn't typically, but he can. It's something he can do. So as a whole, I mean, yeah, it's very fun to be. I imagine very fun to be a Raiders fan. And as the Raiders, I kind of feel like to rank my teams, Buccaneers first, and then there's a huge gap between the next one. But then I kind of like it's Ravens second and Raiders third. Don't know why. Those are just the teams I like. So very fun. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.